What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the GSD show. I'm Mike Arce, and today we've got an exciting new edition of the GSD show. As you guys know, we have several different types of episodes here on the show. We've got Bites, then we got Raw, where I interview a fitness studio owner that's doing incredibly well in one particular area. We've got Talk, Pro, where we bring in people from outside of the industry but are incredible. They really teach you how to run your business really, really well, like a pro. And then Stories, where we interview people that are just incredible and have built great big brands. Now we have how-to, so GSD how-to videos, which is what you're gonna see today, where I actually take myself out of this room and I go to a wall where I have a flip chart and I teach you step by step how to do a certain thing. And then we also have GSD BTS, which stands for behind the scenes, which you'll see coming up soon, where I actually take my camera crew, and they will record me hosting meetings with my sales team, with my marketing team, with my account team. Okay, today's session is how to 10x your marketing. It's a how-to video. So we're gonna go outside of this room right now. We're gonna go into my other production room, and I'm gonna stand in front of a really, really bright wall and have a flip chart and teach you exactly how to 10x your marketing strategy. Most fitness studios are actually wasting a ton of money when it comes to marketing or advertising, and it's not because they're doing the wrong things, but because they're doing the right things wrong. And in this training, I'm actually going to teach you how the top 5% of the fitness studios we work with are actually running their marketing, their advertising campaigns to be able to scale very, very quickly. One of them, just in about a month ago, reported they got over 850 paying members through their marketing and advertising campaign through a pre-sale process, meaning their doors weren't even open yet. So we're going to be discussing that, exactly how they look at the marketing, how they look at the advertising, the kind of conversations we have, and what makes them so successful. So first off is knowing the difference between marketing and advertising. A lot of people think they're actually the same thing. And I think that's really where the big hiccup is going, well, marketing is advertising, isn't it? Marketing is not advertising. So look at marketing like Honda and look at advertising like a Civic, right? What's the difference between Honda and a Civic? Nothing. Civic is a type of Honda. Advertising falls under the umbrella of marketing. So does a lot of other stuff like PR and branding and pricing strategy, creating your buyer persona, right? Who is it that you're looking to create a product or a service for? Creating your actual presentation of your products. What's your logo going to be? All this stuff is part of marketing, right? And marketing is really creating the marketability of your product and then getting it out to the market, right? So all these things play a role in it, and advertising is really the part that I think a lot of people really get wrong. Not too many people are really doing the PR thing right or wrong. It's very difficult to do right. PR is very hard unless you've got a good amount of money to test things and make the mistakes, because this stuff does have a lot of trial and error, and really a lot of it's about consistency, doing it over and over and over. There's very few PR stunts. You have to be really great at that kind of stuff to be able to do one or two things to really hit it well. Branding, all that stuff as well. So let's really just focus on the advertising. And today I want to talk about what the top 5% of fitness studios are actually doing in this bucket in order to really grow their business. So the big mistake that a lot of studios are making is that they're picking one thing and they're hoping that that strategy is what takes them out, right? That's it. This is the one that's going to make us a lot of money. This is the one that's going to grow us. Facebook ads or Instagram ads, or, I'm going to run some email campaigns or whatever it is. But that's very similar to, a basketball player in the NBA saying, you know what, I'm just going to get really good at free throws. And granted, free throws might be the thing that helps you win the game, because at the end of the game, you need those couple points, but you got to get to the point where you're close enough to where they matter. You have to have a well-rounded athlete if you want to be able to be in the NBA, right? You got to at least have strengths in more than just one spot. Well, same thing with advertising. If you're just doing, let's say, Facebook ads, if that's all you're doing, you're putting yourself in a position to where you got to be lucky. Either that or you got to be incredible in the sales process. Like, when I say incredible, I mean you're calling your leads, 3 times the first day they come in, 3 times the second day, twice a day for the next 5 days, 1 time a day, every day after. You really know what to say, how to say it. You've got enthusiasm. You've got great CRM that's measuring your process. You've got a great onboarding. All that stuff has to be dialed in. This is really difficult for the average smaller fitness studio to really get in place well. In future videos, we actually have what the best do in this process. I'm going to be sharing that. And we have several episodes in the GSD show that talk about this. But for right now, let's just pretend you have moderate to good sales process. Facebook ads alone isn't going to cut it. It's going to get you enough to like get you to feel like something's working until all of a sudden you realize you need more. It's not doing enough. So you go, okay, what else can we do? Well, Instagram ads is something else that works really well. But there's so many other areas, right? YouTube is this is a space that most people are not leveraging. And I think the reason is because they think video is too expensive. In reality, it's not as expensive as you think. And if every one of your competitors is thinking that too, you kind of have that leg up. Most of your competition in that 5-mile radius, which is as far as your member is willing to travel, most of your competition is probably not making videos either. So what you want to do is when they zig, you want to zag, right? And one of the things we just talked about here we just had our state of the company meeting with our company, and I said, hey guys, we're going to start doing some printed newsletters. We're actually going to send physical newsletters to our members. Why? Because everyone stopped doing it because they thought everyone was doing it. But now that everyone stopped doing it, no one's doing it. And so I'm actually doing something that my competitors aren't doing. You got to keep an eye on that, right? So we got Facebook, we got Instagram, we've got YouTube. Other ones that we'll dive into today are Waze, which is incredible. Google Display. This one's really great, and if you pay attention to the best are really doing this. We've got AdWords, which this is circumstantial. I'm going to go into that and why. And then you've got all the other stuff that really plays in between, right? So email, that's an email icon. Text message, that's text message icon. Chatbots, all that stuff, but that's kind of like the next step in the funnel. This is really where it all begins, and there's probably some more stuff too that you probably heard about, but it's not necessarily the most important. You play here, you are in incredible hands. So Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Facebook ads, what has always been the theory is Facebook had the volume, Instagram had the lower cost per lead when it came to retargeting ads. There's a difference between targeting and retargeting. If you ever go on Amazon and you go, man, I really want to buy this marker. And then you get to the end and you're about to check out, but you don't check out. You don't actually buy the marker and you leave. And now you notice this marker has ads following you everywhere you go, right? That's retargeting. Because you got to that page where you showed you were interested in that marker, Amazon continued to retarget you with that marker, hoping you'd complete the purchase, right? So with Facebook, retargeting is good on Facebook. Retargeting is good on Instagram in the feed. It's not really that, targeting isn't that great on Instagram. You're going to pay more per lead, so you want to stay away from that. So if you're working with an agency and they're really not doing a lot here, that's probably why. It's not the wrong thing. You're doing the right thing wrong if you're running ads on here targeted, not retargeted. Now, how can you do targeting ads on here where they are effective? You can actually go to Instagram stories. Instagram stories are incredible if you do them right. Again, this is the right thing, but you can do the right thing wrong. So Instagram stories, believe it or not, right now, people are actually hitting more stories than they are feed. So when you're on Instagram, what that means is the little circles at the top are the stories and everything down below is the feed. People are actually spending more time going through stories than they are the feed. Think about your behavior. You're probably falling into that mix as well. And a lot of people aren't advertising here because it's more difficult. Because to advertise in the feed, it could be simple. All you have to do is check the box because it's in the Facebook platform. Just check the box, and now you have an ad running on Instagram and on Facebook. It's that simple. With stories, however, you have to take an extra step. And either A, a lot of agencies don't know what to do or how to do it, or a lot of people that are on your team that are running it, maybe you're doing it in-house, they don't know what to do or how to do it. But this is the right thing, but how to do it wrong is just run a regular ad. How to do it right is actually do what's called a poll ad, where you'll actually have an option where they can hit yes or no. You probably see that in Instagram stories. McKenna just put that here, like a quick screenshot. Thank you. So you can actually pick yes or no, right? So between that and the swipe up, which you typically can't do unless you have 10,000 followers on Instagram, but when you pay for that ad, you can do it if you have 1 follower, so it doesn't matter. So all these lead to the same spot. The options are learn more, claim offer, or swipe up. Those are the options, right? They all lead to the same one spot. When you do this, what we've learned is you get the exact same volume, if not higher, than you would get on Facebook at like 1/5 the cost. Meaning if a lead costs you $10 on Facebook, you might pay $2 on Instagram story ads. This has been super powerful. YouTube. Okay, so now we got to get into a mindset of understanding what the difference is between these two and these three. This one I'll put into here, but we'll get there. I want to keep this separate for a reason, and we'll get to it. These three here, I want you to look at it more impression-based, meaning my goal is to just get in front of you and get you to be known. I want to give you an example here. Let's say you decided you want to go to a steakhouse, okay? And you want to go to someplace really awesome. And so you go and you notice that there's two steakhouses that are actually running a special. Ruth Chris is running a special where you can get 2-for-1 desserts or 2-for-1 appetizers or something like that. And you got this steakhouse you've never heard of, like Samuel Jones Steakhouse. They're offering the same special. Which one would you pick, right? Let's say Apple was having a special versus some computer company you never heard of. Let's say Nike was having a special versus some shoe company you never heard of. Let's say Levi Jeans was having a special versus some jean company you never heard of. Which one, just at first, are you most interested in already to at least want to learn more? The one that you already know, right? So what this goal here, and this is where a lot of people miss out because people don't spend the money here. People are too worried about the short term. There's a lot of short-term thinkers, which is why there's a lot of unsuccessful people in the world. People don't want to look a year, 2, 3 years out. They want to look at instant gratification. What can I get now? What can I get now? That's why a lot of people aren't investing when they should be investing money because they're like, well, if I give you guys 10 grand of my money and my savings, now I don't have that 10 grand anymore. Yes, I know, but in 3, 4 years, what could that look like? Well, the same thing goes here, right? You're putting your money into areas with YouTube, with Waze, with Google Display. And by the way, you could generate leads with all three of these, which we definitely do, but that's not the mission. The mission here is the cost per impression, meaning an impression is every time somebody sees an ad. So if I saw an ad right now, that would count as one impression, right? There are so many impressions at such a cheap cost that these companies don't even measure cost per impression. They measure cost per 1,000 impressions because it's just it's like a fraction of a penny to do an impression. That's how crazy it is. So you can get seen for literally fractions of a penny in order to get in front of the right people in the right area of your business. And now the goal is to get seen and get noticed more and more and more and more and more and more over and over and over so that by the time they see your offer on the platforms that actually convert the best, you have a better chance of getting a lower cost per lead than your competitor because they don't know who your competitor is, but they know who you are. Now, does this take time? Yes. This is going to be more of a long-term thinking type of thing. And some of you watching don't have that capability. It's hard. You've been trained to think about now, instant gratification. And it's hard for you. But I want you to really get out of that mindset. The people that are watching that don't have that, they are planning a year, 2, 5 years out, that's very different. Because you're looking at this and you're going, yeah, of course. I don't care if I'll pay $15, $20 a lead here. That's still really good when you factor, the average member might be worth $1,200, right? If you're saying the average member is paying $150 a month and $1,200, that'd be like 8 months, right? Which that's pretty normal. If the average member is paying $150 a month and they stay with you for an average of 8 months, that right there is $1,200, right? So let's say, costs after all that, let's say you're keeping 600 of that, right? About half. And let's say you want to get at least a 3x return. Okay, cool. You're willing to pay $200 to get a member. So, it's totally doable to pay $15, $20, maybe even $50 for a lead if you're able to close at least 1 out of 4, 1 out of 5 of them, which can be done if you're doing the right things. However, the overall idea is what I'm paying today to acquire a member isn't what I necessarily am going to be paying in a year or two to acquire a member unless I keep doing the same things I'm doing today. Meaning, if you're just running lead gen campaigns and that's it, and you're just doing this over and over, and you're doing this over and over, and you're doing this over and over, then whatever you're paying per lead right now, not only will it stay the same, but it might actually go up as you're basically waiting for more people to enter into the advertising pool, and more people are doing it, all the late adopters now doing it. And this is a bidding system. That's how it works. There's only so much real estate for advertising, and you're not the only person targeting that 33-year-old mom that lives 2 miles away. Fitness isn't even the only thing targeting her. The dentists are, chiropractors are, daycares are, salons are, spas are, right? Everyone's targeting that person. So there's only so much real estate to go around, so it's actually in a bidding system. So if you keep doing the same thing over and over, funny thing is you normally wouldn't expect a different result, but in this case, expect a worse result. However, if you're investing into getting your name to become more familiar in your marketplace that you're eventually hitting with ads, actually simultaneously even, what you'll notice is your brand actually begins to get equity in your area. Because your brand now gets equity, you become kind of like what Orange Theory did really well. F45 has been doing really well. Cycle Bar has been doing really well. SoulCycle has been doing really well. Now because you're getting all of this awareness, the familiarity, these leads, just like I gave you in the steakhouse example or the Nike example or the Levi example, these leads, when they see your offer, it's not, oh, this company, or there's an offer for a random studio for a free week. It's, wow, this company that I've been looking at is actually doing a free week special. They're more likely to opt in. Now, is this opinion? No, this is not opinion. This is fact. How do I know that? Because I'm working with over 50 franchises right now that between them and independent businesses, we work with over 2,000 studios across the entire world. And what I will tell you is between larger franchises and even independent brands, just one studio, but they're spending, about $1,000 to $2,000 in this area. By the way, if that sounds like a lot of money to you, it's the cheapest money you'll spend. You figure the average employee is going to cost you at least $3,000 a month or more, plus payroll tax and benefits and all that. This is going to cost, this right here should cost you generally around here, and this will grow your business way more than any employee at that salary will ever do, right? This is a lower level employee. They're not going to build your business up. This right here is going to change your whole business. It will change your whole game. But you've really got to make sure you're investing in all the areas. Get the front end going, get the back end going, get the follow through going with your email, your automated text, and your CRM and your chatbots and all that stuff as well. Guys, this stuff's super important. And if you guys want to learn more about how we do this, if you actually go, so loudrumor.com is our company, but you can actually learn how to do this step by step. This is if you want us to do it for you. Or if you want us to do it for you, we can do it for you. But you may want to just learn how to do it yourself. If you want to learn how to do all this stuff yourself, you can go to Loudrumor VT, which stands for virtualtraining.com. We got a ton of videos in there that show you how to effectively run Facebook ads the way we do it. Instagram ads, YouTube, Waze, Google Display, AdWords, all that stuff. Oh, by the way, we left out this stepchild here. Yeah. So AdWords, put it this way. If you guys aren't yoga, Pilates, bar, or spin, or a big box gym, this is a very difficult one. Even with those, it's difficult because you may say, yeah, but Mike, if Google AdWords, that means people are sitting down with intent. They want this right now. They do, but they're also shoppers because they want it. So they're going to see a bunch of options all on one page. We've noticed here about a 5x cost per lead versus any of these other ones as well. So overall, this one always has a better return. I do recommend doing this if you go, yeah, but I want to spend more money and there's no way I can spend more money here, right? We've got studios that are spending $8K to $10K a month in digital, which may sound like a lot, right? But it's bringing them in. The guy that was spending this in pre-sale per month, he ended up generating it over 850 members at $159 a month, right? That right there put him into a 7-figure business. That's not even close to being expensive when you look at that. So if you want us to teach you how to do it, you can go here. If you want us to just do it for you, you can go here. If you want to see what it's like to maybe look at both options, see what makes most sense for you, just go right here, or you can give us a call at 480-567-9794. Just mention that you saw this video. Looking back now, this looks like a lot of nonsense, but if you watched along the way, it made a lot of sense. So thank you guys for tuning in, watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel to be able to get notified when we put more videos. I'm going to be doing a ton more like this. And make sure you also follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. My handles are at MikeRCLive. You can see it right here. And make sure you watch the GSD show. You can go to gsdshow.com to learn more. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next training. Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, or YouTube. And to watch more episodes and get exclusive links from each episode, go to gsdshow.com.